Here is a woman who can change your life before and after. Natalia Bukina is one step away from her 60th birthday, but her story makes us look at age in a completely different way. Her outward youth hides not an attempt to turn back time, but an attitude towards life that can surprise even those who have long been accustomed to perceiving years as a limitation. Natalia went through serious trials, but they did not force her to put her life on pause. Watch the video to the end. We will share her main secrets of youth. So, let's get started. The first thing that stands out in her story is regular workouts. For Natalia, physical activity does not look like a short-term project for the sake of appearance. It became a part of her lifestyle, and this is more important than the rare periods of increased activity. With age, the body reacts especially acutely to lack of movement. Muscles gradually lose strength, endurance decreases, coordination deteriorates, and habitual actions may require more and more effort. A vicious circle arises. A person moves less because it is more difficult for him, and because of this, his physical abilities continue to decrease. Regular exercise helps to prevent such a scenario. When muscles get to work, the body has to maintain their strength and functionality. Training also helps to maintain coordination, stability, and the ability to cope with daily stress. After 50, sports are no longer just a matter of body shape, but a way to maintain independence for longer. They often try to evaluate youth by reflection in the mirror, although something else is much more significant for the quality of life. Can you safely climb the stairs, a long walk, keep your balance, do the usual chores on your own? It is precisely such opportunities that largely determine how freely a person can live in adulthood. But Natalia has one more feature. She trains in the company. The environment here is much more important than it seems. When there are people around who also exercise, physical activity ceases to be an exclusively personal commitment. This is already a meeting, part of the usual schedule and social life. It's easier for you to continue when other people are waiting for you, and the training itself is connected not only with the load, but also with communication. This format is especially interesting from the point of view of healthy aging. Physical activity and social connections begin to reinforce each other. You come not only for exercises, but also for emotional contact, a sense of belonging to a certain circle. This means that the probability of maintaining this habit becomes higher. Our behavior strongly depends on what is considered the norm in our environment. If you are surrounded by people for whom movement, training, and an active life are commonplace, your own activity ceases to seem like a feat. It becomes a natural part of everyday life. But the strongest part of Natalia's story is not related to sports at all. She is struggling with a serious illness. And at the same time, she continues to maintain strength of mind and positive attitude. It is important here not to perceive positive thinking as a substitute for treatment. The disease cannot be defeated by one attitude, and medical care remains essential. But the psychological state can strongly influence how a person goes through a difficult period and how much she retains the ability to participate in own life. When a serious health problem appears, it is easy to begin to perceive yourself only through it. The disease gradually occupies the entire space, and other aspects of life fade into the background. Natalia shows a different approach. Circumstances can be difficult, but a person is still able to remain an active participant in their own life. Here, an important concept appears: psychological flexibility. It is the ability not to wait for ideal conditions in order to continue living. You don't have to wait until you feel completely calm, feel great, or have all your problems disappear. Sometimes it's much more important to learn how to adapt your life to a new reality without letting it completely define you. This has a direct bearing on youth. It does not mean that there are no difficulties. Rather, it manifests itself in the ability to maintain interest in what is happening, make plans, and find reasons to continue acting. A positive attitude is not an obligation to smile all the time. Rather, it is the ability not to let one difficult circumstance completely take away your sense of your own life. That's why Natalia's story is especially valuable. This is not a woman who supposedly found a universal way to stop time. Her example shows a much more realistic thing. Health and activity are made up of what a person continues to do regularly, even when life is far from ideal. Training preserves the physical resource, the company supports the habit, and the inner attitude does not allow the disease to become the only content of life. And this is one of the most interesting secrets of Natalia Bukina. She's not trying to beat age directly. It preserves what is especially easy to lose over the years if you stop using it: movement, physical independence, contact with people, and the feeling that you still have your own life filled with actions. You can start this approach long before the age of 60. The earlier movement becomes a regular part of life, the less it is perceived as a temporary task. And a habit that doesn't require constant self-struggle has a much better chance of staying with a person for years to come. Natalia's story makes us look at the age figure itself in a different way. 60 years is a certain date, but it says almost nothing about how active, independent, and interested a person is in life. Two people of the same age may have completely different physical abilities. Therefore, it is more useful to ask not how old do I look, but what am I still able to do? And if there's a major secret in her story, it's not in one exercise. It lies in the attitude to life, not waiting for ideal conditions in order to remain an active person, because the years are passing for everyone. But how much life remains inside these years largely depends on what we continue to do with ourselves every day. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.